Here is a super duper simple guide on how to be my favorite. 1. Don't ever play devil's advocate. Devil's advocate is a nice way of saying, I'd like to argue with you, but I kind of want to be lazy about the points I make. Or, I generally agree with what you're saying, but there's a part of me that thinks a bit more conservatively than I'd like. And instead of owning up to it and saying that these are my real thoughts, I'm going to call it devil's advocate to cover up the internal struggle I'm about to unleash on you. And let's be real, the only people who play devil's advocates are dudes, and it's pretty much another way to shit on women, people of color, queer people, you know, oppressed folk. Cause let's be honest, you never seen white dude to white dude be like, hey bro, I totally agree with you, but to play devil's advocate for a sec, no, you don't see that. You see, to play devil's advocate, abortion isn't a medical necessity. To play devil's advocate, they do glorify violence in their music and media. To play devil's advocate, she is kind of slutty. How about we don't play devil's advocate? You're a dickhead. And that's no way to be my favorite. 2, please don't ever whisper black or Mexican, or a host of other words. This is not 1952. We are not saying cancer. Maybe instead of having whisper words, take a step back and realize why you're adding those descriptors to the conversation. Are they necessary? Then say them fully. Mexican, black, they are not shameful words, so don't whisper them like they are. When you whisper those words, it's because you aren't comfortable with them, but more importantly, you aren't comfortable with the people who live those words. So you are a chump who can't confront their own racism, because that would just be too intense for your yoga chilled out mind. And no chump has ever been a favorite of mine. 3, since we're confronting all the uncomfortable feelings we have, if you really want to be my favorite, instead of being all elephanty in the room when I use genderless pronouns for my past partners, future partners, and general sexual dalliances, and you just have to ask that question. So, are you gay? And I respond with, no, I'm queer, and you say, that's kind of still like gay, right? Why don't we just not have that last part? And since you're invested in becoming my favorite, we should probably start creating the world we want to live in, a world that champions sexual and gender fluidity and a lack of shame around sexuality for all. The way that you can do that is by recognizing that your uncomfortable feeling that you have about my sexual ambiguity should not be prioritized over my safety and desire to self-identify, because you insisting on clarifying my sexuality on your terms proves how little you really care about your progressive liberal values and being an ally. 4, while we're talking about me personally, please don't ever exclaim, oh my God, what a healthy snack, when I pull almonds or a banana out of my bag. I know I don't have hamburgers in my pockets like you expected. And I know that you are on a fucking mission to figure out how I got like this. The fact of the matter is I got like this because I participate fully in my life. I participate fully in the culture of my family, to be loud, to take up space, to eat whatever the fuck I want. And to be honest, my family is Sicilian immigrants, and if you pass up our dinner table, you are committing a sin against yourself. But to get back to it, I have no interest in acquiescing to what this culture says is the right way to be. Because if I was the right way to be, I would have sat down and shut up the instant I got out the womb. No, I don't have any interest in that. I want my body to be the soft thing that I cling to at night. I want my body to be comfortable when I need comfort. And maybe, just maybe, if you become my favorite, you too can join me in my softness. 5. Just listen. We don't listen. We don't listen to our family, who, though they may have caused us pain, have also given us our first visions of love. We don't listen to our friends and love them when they reveal a new part of themselves that they are just getting acquainted with. We don't listen to the depths of truth we have, though they may be hard to deal with and to access, they are there. We don't listen to the people to people we don't understand or find too radical, because it is too scary to realize that you too have the possibility to be radical. Radical in our intellect, radical in our empathy, radical in our friendship, radical in our bodies, radical in the words we say, radical in our anger. And there it is, 5 simple steps to becoming my favorite. And though it may be a long shot to get it all right, we have time and each other for you to become my favorite and me to become yours.